The Atlanta jobs market is staying very strong despite all the layoffs we're seeing all over the country. If you're in healthcare or technology, there are big opportunities in Atlanta. Let's talk about it. First, let's talk about Atlanta's huge healthcare sector, specifically what is going on with Emory University and Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Emory Healthcare is, of course, tied to Emory University, and combined, they are Atlanta's #1 employer. And Emory has driven the growth of the economy on the east side of Atlanta for decades now. Emory is growing and is constantly recruiting, so if you're a registered nurse, a PA, or an MD, or a healthcare administrator, there are tremendous opportunities at Emory Healthcare. Right now at Druid Hills Road and I-85, Emory Healthcare is well into their project to convert the old Executive Park site into another Emory Healthcare Annex, with a sports medicine facility, a musculoskeletal institute, a spinal center, and more. Not to be outdone, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, which is currently Atlanta's #10 employer, is building a new hospital complex directly across North Druid Hills Road. When it is finished in 2025, it will be the largest health facility in Georgia and the 4th largest healthcare complex in the United States. The entire site will be over 70 acres, which amazingly will include 20 acres of green space. So between Emory Healthcare and Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, the total healthcare investments right at Druid Hills and I-85 are close to $3.5 billion. Given that, it's not surprising that about 1,000 new apartments are being built right along the North Druid Hills and Briarcliff Road corridors. It's also not surprising that property values are increasing all over the North Druid Hills area and all over North Decatur as well. I live about 2 miles from these 2 new developments, and our property values are through the roof right now. Brookhaven, which is directly across Interstate 85 from Emory Healthcare and Children's Healthcare, has a plan to build 10-story high-rise units along Buford Highway. The goal is to provide more housing in general and to serve the needs of these 2 large hospitals in particular. But they've been so overwhelmed with growth that they have paused development permits and rezoning applications for the next 6 months. So as I said, if you're in healthcare, the opportunities in Atlanta are pretty much unlimited. Now we can talk tech jobs. Some of Atlanta's biggest tech employers have announced layoffs, but oddly enough, none of those layoffs seem to be coming from their Atlanta offices. Even though Microsoft recently laid off 10,000 workers, their Atlanta workforce is untouched. Microsoft did announce that they were pausing their Westside Atlanta headquarter development project, but they're keeping the land, and the project appears like it's going to move forward, only on a longer timeline. I went over Microsoft's Westside Atlanta headquarters plan in great detail in a recent video, and I'll link that in the box below. Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, recently announced that they were laying off 12,000 employees, but again, none of those seem to be coming from Atlanta. In January, Amazon announced that they were eliminating another 18,000 jobs on top of their previously announced cuts, but magically, none of those are coming from Atlanta. Amazon is moving forward with their Atlanta expansion, and they currently have 5 floors leased in the Terminus 200 building right in the heart of Buckhead. And last summer, Intel announced that they were adding 500 employees to their Atlanta footprint. Recently, I've worked with incoming employees for Visa and Honeywell and a few other tech companies. So Atlanta's tech opportunities are growing and growing. One thing I want to point out is that Georgia Tech has really been instrumental in bringing high-tech companies to Atlanta over the last 10 to 15 years. The Georgia Tech Hotel and Conference Center, which was built in the mid-2000s right at 5th Street and Spring Street, was really the catalyst for the renaissance and the redevelopment of Midtown Atlanta. That's a long story, and I'll save that for another video. But needless to say, if you're in the technology field and you're looking to move to a great new city with lots of tech job opportunities, a city that's growing every day and just seems more and more vibrant and more polished, definitely keep Atlanta on your radar. So as always, feel free to reach out to me with any questions. I'll leave my information in the box below. Love to talk to you. Love to help people make their plans to move to the great city of Atlanta. Thanks for watching.